Jayate. Janma. Second, you take anything in the world, even this whole earth was not there 4 billion years ago. Then it came into existence. Our bodies were not there. Came into existence. But it starts there. Jayate Vajanma. Then it grows. Vardhate Vriddhi. Second change. Everything. If you take a plant, you can see all these changes in front of our eyes. It takes birth from a seed, then it grows. Second thing. Third thing is asti. It exists for some time. Then, but it is a finite time, something that exists for some time. Asti. 3. Then, fourth one is parinama. Parinamate, changes. Changes begin to be noticed. Changes are happening all the time. They begin to be noticed at a certain point in time. Our bodies are changing all the time, every moment. Some old cells are disintegrating, new cells are coming to existence. So many things are happening. We are not aware of those changes. And we are moving constantly, but we are not aware of the movement. If you notice this, it is very interesting phenomenon. We are all sitting here on the earth. Apparently we are not moving, we are in the same place. But we are moving in at least 3 different ways. The earth is rotating on its own axis. That's why day and night happen. So we are also rotating with the earth, but you don't feel. You are stable. With the earth you are moving. So that is movement. You are not stationary in space. In space we are moving on the earth, going round and round. It stays there. Then the earth itself is moving around the sun. Completes a complete elliptical orbit in 1 year. You are moving that way also. We are moving like this and we are moving like this. 2 motions compounded. And the sun solar system is moving itself, moving in the galaxy. Whole package is moving. So we are not aware of that one. And the whole galaxy is moving in space. So how many different motions do we feel? Simply sitting here, you don't feel any of those motions. But we are always moving. That is the nature of the world. Everything is changing, but we don't notice the change. Sometimes when the change becomes dramatic, then we change. When we notice, oh, I've changed. The baby grows every day. From day to day, you don't see the difference. But if you see 6 months, last year how did they do, this year it is a big difference. So that is the parinama. Janma, vriddhi, vardhate, vasti, astitva, parinamate, parinama. 4 changes happen all the time happening. 5th one is apakshaya, apakshiyate. Degeneration sets in. Degeneration sets in. Even the sun degenerates, decomposes after some more billions of years. It becomes a red star, and then before that Earth will have gone long before that. So galaxies also disintegrate. New galaxies are forming. So apakshiyate. And then last one is nashyati, nash, goes out of existence. So all these things that we depend upon are subject to these 6 changes. It's called Shadvikaras, 6 changes. Now when we talk about change, all change is measured, is perceived in relation to something that is not changing. That's how we know relatively. If something is moving, in relation to what? In relation to something that is not moving or moving less slowly. Right. So if the whole universe is changing, everything in it is changing, there must be some unchanging substratum that is Nitya, that is Paramatma, is the only unchanging entity. Everything else changes. So in that one should be interested. If we invest all our interest in the changing things, then it is not permanent, goes out. So we should be interested in something that is not changing, that is dependable, that is always there, unchanging, eternal, infinite, does not take birth, does not die. Everything takes birth, everything dies. The unchanging nature of Paramatman is described in many places in the Gita. Second chapter, sloka number 20. There the unchanging eternal nature of Paramatman, Atman is described. Na jayate mariyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajaha nityatah nityah shashvatah ayam purana nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Sharire hanyamane, when the body dies, Atman does not die, Atman remains. That was the whole question of Nachiketa. When a person dies, is that the end of the whole thing, or does something survive that does not die with the body? So Yama says it is, Atman does not die. Body comes and goes, Anitya, but Paramatman, Atman is Nitya. It has no birth, Ajaha, Nityaha, eternal, Shashvata, permanent, Ayam Purana, beginningless. Sharire hanyamane, Esha Atma nahanyate. Atman does not. That is the Paramatman. We should know that its nature. Such a person who has interest in knowing Paramatman, that is our Atman present within us, same Atman. There is only one, many, not many. That we should know. That is what gives us immortality. Our identity with it we should know. We are that. Tattvamasi, Upanishad says. You are that. You are not the body and the mind. You are that Paramatman, Atman within you. So those people, Mayasakta Manaha, such a person, Yogam Yunjan, practicing yoga. Yoga in the 6th chapter was Dhyana Yoga. Yoga in the 3rd and 4th and 5th chapter was Karma Yoga. Yoga in the 12th chapter is Bhakti Yoga. Like that. Yoga means in some way trying to unite with the divine. That is yoga. Through various paths. Yoga means any endeavor, any activity which takes us to our divine source, unites us with the divine presence within us, unites us with the divine presence within us, giving up our erroneous identification with the body and the mind, which are subject to change, comes and goes. That is such a person, Maya Saktamana Yogam Yunjan Madashrayaha, taking refuge in Paramatma. All other refuges, we have so many things in which we take refuge. We think that by taking refuge in it we are safe. If we have a good deposit of money, the bank that protects, that saves us, so we depend on that. We take ashraya in money. To some extent it does, but it is not also permanent. Money can be lost, money can be there, I have to live, or I am there, money will leave. When we are there, separation comes. That is, for some time it gives to our mind a little bit comfort. Oh, I have money. In case I lose my job, I don't have to worry until I get another job. That comfort comes. But ultimate refuge on which you can always depend is Paramatma. Madhashraya, one who takes refuge in God. He will never fail. Money can be lost. So much investment, the stock market does not do well, that will go down. So, Paramatman is the only ultimately dependable entity, substance. Madhashraya takes refuge in God. Yatha mam jnasasi asamshayam jnasasi. How you can know me without doubt. Certain knowledge. So not tentative knowledge. Our knowledge of the world is tentative. It's subject to change. At one time, people thought the earth was flat. That was our knowledge of the world at that time. Then they discovered, no, it is round. So our knowledge changed. The substance is the same. Earth did not become round, it was not flat. But our knowledge of the substance changes. That's the nature of worldly knowledge. And then sometimes we thought Earth is the center of the whole universe, and the stars and sun are all moving around it. That was our knowledge. Then that knowledge was refined, replaced by more refined knowledge. No, Earth is not the center, sun is the center, Earth is moving around the sun. Heliocentric theory as opposed to geocentric theory. Like this, our knowledge itself is changing. Yesterday's news was cholesterol is not bad. All these days, they were saying some new studies are being made, so much research is being made, every study comes up with some new findings, and we change our understanding. So they were saying cholesterol is good, is not good, because it clots in the artery, heart trouble comes. No, they say cholesterol is not good, you can take. Like that, or coffee is like that. Some days, some studies show coffee is good. It prevents certain types of cancer. You should drink 3-4 cups of coffee every day. Some other time they say coffee is very bad, it increases blood pressure, causes acidity. Caffeine is bad, should be avoided. So, our knowledge of the world is always subject to change, tentative. But knowledge of Paramatman is asamshayam, no doubt, no change. Once you gain Atmajnana, there is no change in it, because Atman does not change. Yatha mam asamshayam jnasasi, how you will know me without any doubt whatsoever. Tachunu, listen to that. So it's only introduction. How you can, what kind of knowledge is that? Knowledge of the divine. Why is that knowledge so important? Why not we be satisfied with worldly knowledge? Both are necessary, he says in the Upanishad. In the Mundaka Upanishad, Rishi says, Dve vidye veditavye parachaiva aparacha. Aparavidya has to be known. Aparavidya is knowledge of the world, gained through the mind and sense organs. Is necessary for our daily life. We have to go to school, we have to get some education, some degree, some professional qualification, so we can lead a good life. Without Aparavidya, we will live limited. Yesterday I was reading in the newspaper, in India, there are 4 million civil engineers. 2% of them have the qualification to do the job as a civil engineer. The other 98% of those 4 million people, they have a degree or diploma, but they only know some formulas and equations, they memorize and they write in the exam and they get the degree diploma, they don't know how to do anything. So I have my niece's son is an electrical engineer. This some years ago. So he finished his 4-year electrical engineering degree from Karnataka University. Then I got a job. Then I asked him, the things that you studied in the 4-year degree engineering program, was it helpful and relevant in your job? He said, absolutely no. There is no relationship to what I have to do. The company had to give him training, 6 months training. So when why it was not helpful, I asked him. He said the lecturer used to come, they will write something on the board, some equation, some formula, something, some theorem, and we copy in our notebooks and we memorize, and in the exam we repeat the same thing and we get grade and go to the next year. That's how I did my degree also, science degree. Nothing entered the head. So that is knowledge of the world is of that nature. That kind of knowledge is of limited use. But without that also we cannot. We need some degree. That is aparavidya. Dvevidya, vidyate. Both kinds of vidya have to be known. What is the other kind of vidya? Paravidya. Paravidya is important, has to be known. Paravidya means that vidya which gives us knowledge of the self. Para yaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. That's the definition of paravidya. Paravidya is that vidya yaya by which tadaksharam, that imperishable Paramatman adhigamyate can be understood. Nature of Paramatman, knowledge of the nature of Paramatman is paravidya. That is important. Aparavidya necessary for the in the short term. Both have to be known. So here it says Jnana means paravidya. In 7th chapter Jnana means paravidya. He is not talking about worldly knowledge. For worldly knowledge we don't go to Bhagavad Gita. We go to some other textbook. Physics textbook, chemistry textbook, all those language textbook, history book, all those things we go for aparavidya, depending upon what branch of aparavidya we want to study. For paravidya, we go to Vedanta book, Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad. That is the paravidya. Maya sattamana partha yogam yunjan madasrayah asamshayam samagram mam yatha jnasya tatsunu. How to know me without doubt. Paravidya should have no room for doubt. Aparavidya, there is room for, we have to question everything. Even if something is printed, we should not take it for granted, because tomorrow something else opposite to that can be printed. This nature of aparavidya, it keeps changing. But paravidya is not like that. Once you know it, it is the ultimate truth, unchanging truth, eternal truth. Parayaya tadaksharam adhigamyate. Second shloka. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam mapsyamya sheshataha. Aham asheshata vakshami jnanam vijnana sahitam. I will tell you completely, not holding back something. Asheshata means completely. Shesha means remainder. Asheshata means without any leaving out anything. Total knowledge of self is given in the Bhagavad Gita. Vakshyami, I am going to say, explain. Jnanam vijnana sahitam. Yajnatva, by knowing which, Panyat bhuyaha iha jnatavyam avashishyate. By knowing that nothing else remains to be known, This Asheshata means complete knowledge, Sampurna Jnana. But Paravidya can never be Ashesha. No matter how much you study, there is something else to be not known to us. In how many subjects can you do a degree? We can have 4 PhDs. But there are so many other fields about which we remain uninformed. It cannot be Ashesha. But knowledge of self, which is experiential knowledge, it can be Ashesha. Asheshataha, without any remainder, completely total knowledge, by knowing which yat jnatva anyat jnatavyam na avashishate, everything else remains to be known. That is Sampurna, complete knowledge. Here it says in the commentary, second verse, Jnanam te tubhyam aham savijnanam vijnana sahitam. Vijnana means Swanabhava yuktam idam vakshami. Swanabhava yuktam. Vijnana means one's own experience. We can go through the whole history of the world without experiencing anything, all to an intellectual, theoretical knowledge. It happened like this. Then history also, some other persons rewrite history, it does not write it happened this way. So it's not fixed. History books are totally subject to change depending upon some new archaeological excavation. You discover some new evidence, oh, it was like this. So but this is eternal, unchanging knowledge based upon experience. Once you experience it, it won't change. Swanabhava yuktam idam vakshyami katayishyami asheshataha kartsniyana. Krishna means everything, kartsniyana means without believing anything. Yat jnanam jnatva na yaha bhuyaha punaha anyat jnatavyam purushartha sadhanam avashishyate na avashishtam bhavati. Nothing else remains to be known once we acquire knowledge of the self. When we get Atma Jnana, then nothing else is there to be known. That came in the 6th chapter. If you get Atma Jnana, nothing else remains to be known or done. We have done everything. We go to Shloka. I should remember the number. 22. Chapter 6, look at 22. There Paramatman Bhagavan says, if you achieve self-knowledge through yoga, there remains nothing more to be achieved. You have achieved whatever is there to be. You have become Kritakritya. Whatever is to be done, has to be known, will have been known, done by you. Nothing more remains to be done. Greater than that, there is no other higher goal. 6:22. There Sri Krishna says, Yam labdva cha param labham manyate nadikam tataha yasmin stito na dukkhena guruna pi vichalyate. Yam labdva, by gaining which? Self-knowledge, Atma Jnana. Tataha adhikam labham aparam namanyate. There is nothing more higher to be gained. The highest jnana is Atma Jnana. But prapanchika jnana, you cannot reach the complete jnana. There is always something to be done. No matter how much you gain, no matter how much money you make, there is somebody else who has made more money. There is room for making more money. No matter how successful you are, there is always room for doing something more. You can never reach the end. There always remains something more to be done, something that can be done. But this Atmajnana is not like that. Once you achieve it, yam labdva tataha adhikam labham aparam labham namanyate. There is nothing more to be achieved. The person becomes kritakritya, will have accomplished what is needed to be accomplished as a human being. Ultimate goal of human life is self-knowledge, Atmajnana. Yasmin sthitaha, by staying in that sthiti, yasmin atma tattve sthitaha, gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate. We are still doing 6.2. Guruna mahata api dukkhena na vichalyate. No calamity, no matter how severe, gurunapi dukkhena, guru means severe, na vichalyate, person remains unaffected. Total invulnerability comes from knowing Atmajnana. Nothing like that can give you that in worldly sphere. So no matter, you may be a very successful person in your field of profession or pursuit, you may be the richest person, but you are subject to other kinds of problems. Health problem may come. If a person is rich does not mean it does not become sick. Accidents may happen. So there is always something that can afflict us, though we have achieved greatness in some field. But if you have Atmajnana, nothing can afflict us. Gurunapi dukkhena, even if it comes, you remain unaffected. Navichalyate, the person remains unshaken. Gurunapi dukkhena. That is the power of Atmajnana. Yasmin sito dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate. A jnani says, supposing for an ordinary person like me, if I become sick, I become very unhappy. Because all my knowledge is limited to the body and the mind and the world. Atmajnana is not there. And this is the main thing. So if the body becomes sick, it bothers me, I become sad, unhappy. But if a jnani becomes sick, or somebody insults him, you are a fool, like that. If somebody says something unpleasant, negative to me, I become upset. But it is said like this. That upsets me. But something similar happens to a jnani, Atmajnani. Some insult comes, or some bodily problem comes, or something, yes, will be taken away. Somebody beats him, he remains unshaken. That is explained in the Viveka Chodamani. One shloka is there. How Atmajnani remains unaffected by even the severest calamities. Gurunapi dukkhena na vichalyate, says. This all we are discussing the glory of Atmajnana. Second verse in the 7th chapter. Jnani says, Jale vapi sthale vapi luthatu esha jadatmaka naham vilipye tad dharmai ghata dharmai nabho yatha ghata dharmai akashaha nalipyate, nabha means akasha, nalipyate, tatha sharira dharmena aham na vilipye. Whatever happens to the body, body includes mind, full all body. Ghata dharmai yatha nabha nalipyate. So ghata means a pot. There is space inside the pot. Akasha is there in the pot. Akasha is not in the sky. Akasha is here also. This also Akasha in globe is there. Same Akasha. That we call Akasha, this we don't call Akasha. This also same Akasha. Inside the room, outside the room, inside the pot, outside the pot. Supposing the pot changes. The pot is, say, reddish brown color, earthen pot. And somebody comes and paints it green. The space does not become green inside inside this pot. Space remains colorless. Supposing somebody gives it a coating of yellow color to the pot. Space does not become yellow, it remains unaffected. Supposing the pot is broken into pieces, space does not get broken into pieces. Whatever happens to the pot, gata dharma is quality or status. Abha navilipyate, space in the pot remains unaffected, does not undergo any change. In the same way, Atman within us remains unaffected by whatever happens to the body. The body is always subject to change. Every moment it is changing. But Atman does not change. Like this. Avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktam cha sthitam. It remains to be divided into compartments or parts, but he is avibhakta, indivisible. Space cannot be divided into parts, compartments. But in different containers, and in this room and that room, it seems to be different. Vibhakta niva sthitam, as if it is separated, but not really separated. It does not change. So Jnani says, Yesha jadatmakaha sariraha shariram jadatmakam shariram jalevapi lutatu stalevapi lutatu. May it fall in water, may it fall on the ground, may it, whatever happens to it. Aham tad dharmaihi sharira dharmaihi navilipye, I remain unaffected. Yatha ghata dharmaihi nabha nalipyate. That's a very nice verse. If something upsets me, if something upsets us, we should remember this. Why should I be upset? I am the Atma. Nothing changes, nothing bothers me. Let the body undergo, the body, mind undergo changes. Sometimes mind is unhappy, sad, sometimes depressed, sometimes happy, enthusiastic. But the mind goes through the gyrations. Body goes through the gyrations. That's the nature of mind and body. Always changing. 6 changes always happening. But I am the unchanging witness. I don't jump up and down when the body goes through its drama in this world. That is Vijnana. Vijnani remains unaffected. Swami Vivekananda wrote this poem, the Song of Sannyasi, very famous poem, 13 stanzas. When he was giving classes in a summer camp in Thousand Lane Park in 1895. In the summer of 1895, one American devotee had a cottage in Thousand Lane Park, small island, so many small islands in St. Lawrence River near Canadian border. So on one island a cottage was available. So that lady said to Swamiji, you can come and stay here for summer. Winter is very cold there. The whole thing closes down. Summer is nice to spend. Come and stay here. So we went there. 10, 12 other people also went and stayed with him for 7-8 weeks, July, August 1895. At that time, during that whole time, he was a very inspired mood. He used to do classes morning and evening for this small group of all American devotees. Immigration has not started all. No NRIs, local people were there. So one of them took notes and published it. the class notes that one lady devotee took down when he was giving the class. It's published in the complete works. It's also published as a separate book, the Inspired Talks. It is called the Inspired Talks. During that time when he was in Thousand Island Park, he went into Samadhi. The place was like that, environment was like that, deeply absorbed in Samadhi on the retreat. One day, in a very inspired mood, he wrote a poem. Just like that, he wrote on a piece of paper in handwriting. The manuscript is preserved. It had 13 stanzas called Song of Sannyasi. Very nice summary of all Advaita Vedanta is there in those 13 stanzas. One stanza is like this: whatever happens to the body and the mind or other things, house or property or job or children or whatever, I am Atman, I am not going to be affected. Nothing bothers me, nothing affects me. That Atmajnani can say that. We cannot say that because everything affects us. But to him, a person who knows Atman, nothing bothers. It says, heed then no more how body lives or goes, its task is done. Let karma float it down, let one put garlands on, another kick this frame, say not, no praise or blame can be, for praiser praised and blamer blamed are one. Thus be thou calm, sannyas and bold, say Om Tat Sat. You have to remain calm, watching all these things, the drama going on. We are also characters in the drama, but I am not that character. I am the person who is playing that role for some time. In the character in a drama cries, something happens. He is supposed to cry on the stage with tears. But he knows inside that he is only an actor putting on a show. He is not affected by that. What happens to that character? When in green room, if he goes back after saying whatever he has to say in that scene, he just goes back to the green room and changes his costume, takes away all the makeup. Nothing happened. But he cried on the stage. That was the part I was playing. Like that. So, we are playing this part. I'm happy, I'm unhappy, I'm a Swami, I'm a householder, I'm a male, I'm female, I'm successful, I'm failure. Like this, I am great. Really, Atman is nothing. Tad dharmaihi navilipye ghata-dharmaihi namoyata. So that is Vijnana. Yajnatva, coming back to second sloka in 7th chapter, by knowing that Atma Jnana, self-knowledge, Anyat Jnatavyam Iha Kuyaha Na Avashishyate, nothing else remains to be known. That's the pinnacle of knowledge, summit high apex of knowledge. That is Paravidya, Atma Jnana. Yes, so far is only telling the importance of this knowledge. That knowledge itself will come later. Then third sloka is easy to understand. Many people are not interested in it. How many people come to Gita class? Only a handful. They are interested. But a lot of other people will find something else more interesting to do on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. So when we do lecture in the Sunday morning without the society, only 50-60 people will come. The hall holds 184 chairs are there already. We can put another 16 chairs, make it 200. They don't come. A lot of chairs are empty. Why? Because they find something more interesting to do at the same time. Something doing on TV, watching it, sports, of those things or something to be done. So very few people are interested because worldly attractions are more powerful. They attract us. Something appeals to the senses. Interesting to watch, interesting to eat, interesting to hear, interesting to do, some place to go. There's more interest, appeals to the senses immediately. But Atmajnana is not like that. It is deep and profound, and it takes time to know that one. There is no immediate gratification. Here immediate gratification is there. This takes a long time. That is why many people are not interested. That is explained in the third sloka. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatataamapi siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tattvataha. Out of thousands of people, sahasreshu manushyanam kaschid siddhaye yatati. One person strives, even tries to achieve success in this venture of Atmajnana, endeavor of Atmajnana. Other people don't. Even if they try, it is not 100% effort. Something, once in a while we go to Shiva Vishnu temple or do some Ashtottaram, or once in a while we go to Vedanta Society, attend one lecture. Now, like this, mild interest. Manda Madhyama Rupapi. Manda or Madhyama. Tivra interest comes only for a small number of people. Oh, this I must do, in preference to other things. If there is a tie between a party and a Ramnam Sankirtan, Saturday evening we have once a month only Ramnam Sankirtan we have. Saturday evening is a time for parties. So when there is a tie, small number of people come to Ramnam. Sometimes only 15, 20. Maximum number I have counted is 28 people came once. That was the biggest number we ever got, 30 people. Otherwise, fewer than that. So this pull is there. Prapanchika Vyavahara is attractive, immediately pleasing to the senses, enjoying. Like that. Sahasresha Manushyana Kaschid Manushyaha Yataye Siddhaye Yatati. Tries for success in this Atmajnana. Yatataamapi Siddhanam. Of those people who try, those even try, Kaschinmam Tattvataha Vetti. Only if one person here, one person there succeeds in knowing me in truth. Because success is very slow and requires hard work. Success in worldly venture is also slow and requires hard work. But reward is visible there. Supposing somebody wants to become a medical doctor, how much work is involved in it? And if you want to become a specialist, more work is involved. 12 years of high school, 4 years of undergraduate, 4 years of medical school. How many? 12 plus 4, 16 years already have studied. Then 3 or 4 years of residency, 20 years, 21 years. Residency may be 5 years or 7 years depending upon what you do. Radiation, oncology is 5 years. Surgery is 7 years. And if you want to specialize more, like pediatric plastic surgery, then another 2 years you add. That many years. Then when you really start making some real money. But there is so much competition to do that. Very difficult to get into those specialities. People go to Caribbean or someplace because they can't get any admission in this country. So that drive is there. The reward is visible. Want to come. But in Atmajnana, that drive is not there. I want to become Atmajnani. I don't care for other things. How many people have that one? That Vairagya comes to a very small number of people. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid Atmajnanatham yatati. Tesham api yatatam siddhanam kaschid mum tattata vit. One person here. This path is difficult because you have to change your whole attitude and priorities, which is difficult to do. And those who have succeeded in becoming Atmajnanis, they have themselves said, yes, this is difficult. Say Durgam Pataha Tat Kavayo Vadanti. This Pataha, this path to Atmajnana is Durgam, difficult to cross. Nishita Duratyaya. Duratyaya means difficult to cross. Nishita means sharp, like walking on a sword's edge. Who says this? Kavayo Vadanti. Those who have gone and reached the goal, they have said, be warned, this is a difficult path, not going to be so easy. This is difficult enough. Becoming a doctor is hard work. So many exams and so many things have to be passed. USMLE, step 1, step 2, step 3, board exam, another board exam, another super specialty board exam. And every 10 years you have to take recertification, and you have to in between you have to take CME credits, 24 credits every year or something like that. Constantly you have to be working. You cannot rest. But this is appealing. This is, who cares if you are Atmajnani? You don't get any fame or you remain unnoticed. Nobody pays attention to Atmajnani. Only a small number of people recognize, oh, sir, Mahatma, you bless us, so we may also get. Not many. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatade siddhaye yatadamapi siddhanam kaschid mam etti tattataha. So for introduction. Now, in the next two slokas, 4, 5 and 6, 7, some beginning of the indication of Paramatman, of the knowledge of Paramatman is given, introduction is given. More details will come later. So, 4 and 5 slokas, they deal with the composite nature of all beings. Everything in this world, whatever is there in this world, human beings, animals, plants, inanimate objects, planets, satellites, moon, sun, stars, everything from the smallest to the big, whatever is there in this universe is made up of two components that will come also in 13th chapter. One part is the visible, material, physical, material part, which is visible to the senses. I can touch this chair, I can feel it, I can hold it like this, or some things I can smell and taste. Some things I can hear through the 5 sense organs, I can feel their presence. But that does not exhaust that person, that being. Hidden behind the physical, material part is a spiritual part present always in everything. Everything, animate, inanimate. Everything in this universe is made up of two parts. The physical, material part visible to the sense organs, and hidden behind it is the spiritual part, which is the real substance. You take the human being, what you see? The body, mind. When you see a new person for the first time, you notice the outer aspects of the personality. Male or female, American or Indian, young or old, educated or uneducated, a doctor or engineer or lawyer or IT person, which car he drives, what language he speaks, what food he eats, what part from India he is coming. All these things we notice. But these are all outer changing parts of that person. He can change his profession. Today is young, tomorrow he became old. Today he is driving Corolla, tomorrow he may be driving Mercedes. At home he speaks one language, outside he speaks another language. All these things are changing. But behind these changing visible parts, hidden is the Atman in that person that we miss. We miss the essential part, we grasp the outside part. When we see somebody like that, that is a very nice idea, that everything has two parts in it. Without exception, everything, you miss everything. One is a physical, material, visible part, another one is spiritual part hidden from you. That comes in one very, I want you to notice that sloka. It will take a long time later to come to that sloka. Chapter 13, sloka 26. That nicely says this idea, what I am trying to say. And what those two parts are will be described here. 13:26. What I am trying to explain, Sri Krishna explains it nicely, succinctly in the shloka. Yavat samjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna samyogat tadvidhi bharatashabha. Yavat sattva means any object. Sattva has 2-3 meanings. Sattva, the word Shabda has 2-3 meanings. Sattva is Sattva Guna, Sattva Rajastama, that is one meaning of Sattva. Sattva also means mind, Sattva Shuddhihi. Sattva also means mind, depending on the context. Sattva also means an object, any object. So here, any object, Yavat Sattvam Sanjayate, any object that comes into existence, Sthavara Jangamam, unmoving or moving. Unmoving or moving. It is made up of two parts. Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Samyoga. Samyoga means union or combination of Kshetra, Kshetrajna. Tadvidhi bharatasya. Kshetra is the physical material part, body part. Visible. You immediately notice the person's appearance. Young or old, dark hair or blonde hair or grey hair or no hair. All these things we notice. These are all physical parts, changing parts. Physical part changes, rapidly changes, changing every moment. But hidden behind this physical material changing aspect is the Kshetrajna, the consciousness within us, knowing part. That which knows I am the Kshetra, the I behind it. That is hidden from you. That is the basic thing in Vedanta. Everything has a spiritual part, which is the essence. We are carried away by the physical part because that is immediately appealing to the senses. But really the substance is the spiritual part in everything, including any inanimate objects. Yama says this to Nachiketa in a very important shloka in the Kathopanishad. Yama describes the nature of Atman in response to Nachiketa's question. Yama says, what exactly Sri Krishna says in 1326? Yama says in Kathopanishad. Esha sarveshu bhuteshu gudaha atma na drishyate. Gudatma na drishyate. Drishyate tvagreya buddhya Sukshmaya Sukshmadarshibihi Esha Atma Sarveshu Bhuteshu, in all the beings without exception, living or non-living, Sacharacharam, Stavaram Janyavam. Sarveshu Bhuteshu Esha Atma Gudaha means hidden from you, Nadrishyate, cannot be seen from the outside. However, how do we know that it is there if it cannot be seen? There must be some way to know. Otherwise, how do we know that it is there if it cannot be seen? Tu means, however, Drishyate can be seen, Atman can be seen. How and by whom? Sukshmaya buddhya, agriyaya buddhya. By whom? Sukshmadarshibihi. We are all Sthula Darshins. We see gross, visible, physical things only we see. We are not Sukshmadarshi. Sukshmadarshi is one who can pierce through the physical appearance, personality and see the Atman inside. That Sukshmadarshitva one has to develop like a laser beam. It can penetrate. That penetrative, incisive vision has to be developed by us. Right now, you are only able to see the physical, sthula things. The color of the dress he is wearing, the car he is driving. He is satisfied with that knowledge. But not misled by the appearance, piercing through the shell of appearance of personality, seeing the self within that person, that is only a Sukshmadarshi can do. We can all become Sukshmadarshin. We have to become Sukshmadarshins, though we are Sthula Darshins at the present time. And for that, what we have to do, our buddhi, which is the main instrument, has to be sharpened and made powerful. Sukshmaya buddhya. Sukshma buddhi means very subtle mind. And agriyaya buddhya. Agra means sharp. Kushagra buddhi, we say to somebody, describing somebody. Kusha means a blade of grass. It is very sharp. It can cut your finger if you are not careful. Person's mind is so sharp. He is not misguided by the appearance. He can see through the person and see the Atman inside. Such a person can see. Drishyate. Tvagreya buddhya sukshmaya sukshmadashiti. So two things are there. Coming back to the main idea, everything in this universe is made up of two parts. Physical, material, visible part. Visible to the senses, appealing to the senses. Behind that is the invisible spiritual component which is the same in all. The names given are different in different chapters. In 13th chapter, the Sukshma part is called Kshetrajna. The Sthula part is called Kshetra. Now, the most important part of Vedanta comes in what is the Kshetra body are all different. Everybody has a different body. Everybody has a different body. And everything has a different body. This chair is different from all other chairs. This tree is different from all other trees. I am different, my body is different from all other people's bodies. Like that. But what about the Kshetrajna present in me? Only one present in all. That Atma present in all the bodies is one and the same. Bodies are different. Like space. Supposing there are 4 different containers here. 1 gallon jar is there, 1 cup is there, 6 ounce cup is there, 5 gallon container is there. So many different pots and pans are there. All of them have space in them. The parts are all different from each other. This part is different from this part, this jar is different from that jar. But space in all of them is the only one space. There is only one space. There are no plurality of spaces. The space can be contained in this room, space can be in the sky outside without any container, or space can be in a small cup also. Same one space, unbroken, singular space. In the same way, while the bodies are all different from being to being, the spiritual presence is one and the same in all the beings. That is the important part. Same Atman, Yesha Atma, singular, Yama says. Sarveshu Bhuteshu, in all the beings, Buddha, Atman, one Atman, no singular for Atman. Na prakashate, remains hidden from you. So that is explained in one line in the Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, 2nd shloka. Key idea is there. 2nd shloka in 13th chapter. There, Kshetrajnam chapi mam mithi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Sarva kshetreshu mam ekam kshetrajnam vidhi. Vidhi means no understand. To me, Mam, to be the Kshetrajna present in all the Kshetras, Sarva Kshetreshu, is animal Kshetra or a human being Kshetra, a male or a female, rich or poor, or a tree, or a chair. In all these Kshetras, only one Kshetrajna is present, singular, like this. That is the Atman, present in all, same Atman. That we have to know. We should not be satisfied by knowing the Kshetra part. It is interesting because it is attractive to the sense, appealing to the senses, the Kshetra. But Kshetrajna remains hidden, that we have to know. That is the true knowledge. Knowledge of Kshetrajna is the true knowledge. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yattad jnanam matam mama. True knowledge is knowledge of the Kshetra. The Kshetrajna. So we come to this, with that background, everything has two parts, spiritual, physical, we come to 4 and 5. That's what Sri Krishna says here. So 4. Bhumirapo nalo vayuhu Kammano buddhirevacha Ahankara iti yamme Vinna prakritirashtadha. The 8 things. This kshetra is again made up of many parts. Body is not homogeneous thing. So many movable, changeable parts are there, like a motor car. 3,000, 4,000 different parts are there in an automobile vehicle. So in the body also, so many different parts are there. In any body, so many different ingredients are there. So those are, some of those are listed here, 8 are listed here. Everything in this world is made up of these 5 ingredients, Panchamahabhutas. Bhumihi means earth. Earth means solid substance. Apaha, water, liquid. Analaha, fire or warmth or heat. Vayuhu, air. Kham means space. These Panchamahabhutas. Panchamahabhutas, 5 great elements, are Bhumiraponalo Vayu Kham. Everything is made up of these, combination of these 5 things only. Everything. These are the 5 ingredients. Like the periodic table in chemistry has now how many 112 some elements are there. Everything is made up of those, some combination of those, some of those elements. Whatever substance you take, analyze, you can see some of those 112 elements there. So in our thinking, our periodic table has only 5 elements. Everything is made up of those 5 elements only. Bhumi, Apo, Anala, Vayu, Kam, these 5 things. Even mind is made up of that. 5 in matter is mind. Kam. Mana, Kam, Kam, Akasha. Mana means mind, which receives input output from the sense organs. Mind receives all the information through the 5 Gyanendriyas. Mind sends out information to all the motor organs, Karmendriyas. Asks the hand to grab, asks the tongue to taste, mind asks the eye to see, this or that. The mind tells the ear to hear. Like this, mind gives instructions, output instructions, and receives input from the sense organs. 5 kinds of input. That's the mind, Manaha. Buddhi is the determinative faculty. Decides which is right, which is wrong. The mind provides the input. Supposing there is a picture there on the wall. The eyes look at the picture, color, shape and size, all those things. And the input, color, shape and size, whatever I am seeing, goes to the mind, to the eyes. The mind submits this input information to the buddhi. I am seeing this, what is this? This the buddhi says, this is the picture of a young lady doing Bharatanatyam dance. That mind, the buddhi has that capability. I have seen similar pictures before. I have seen some people dressed like this before doing Bharatanatyam. This is a picture. That decision making authority is buddhi. Nishchayatmaka buddhi sankalpakalpatmaka manaha atmakam manaha. So buddhi, manaha buddhi. These are sukshma sharira, manaha buddhi. Kamana buddhi. Ahankara is the I consciousness in the body. I am this body, I am this person, my name is such and such, I live in that place. This is my name, this is my book, this is my body, these are my hands, I am doing this, I am doing that. That I which is there associated with the particular personality. I don't say I to you, then you become you, a different person. You say I to you. I say I to only to this, I say I. That I is limited to this body only, mind only. Body includes mind. That ahankara. So how many? 8. 5 Panchamaha Bhutas, Manaha Buddhi Ahankara. 5 plus 3, 8. Iti iyam me ashtada bhinna prakritihi. This is my 8-fold prakriti, physical part of all the beings. All beings have these 8 things, at least living beings. In some things these are dormant. In the animals, mind is there, buddhi is there, but very dormant, rudimentary, elementary decisions only they can make. Buddhi is highly developed in human beings, faculty of determination. Na prakriti rashtaga, that is, this is apara prakriti. This name to these 8 things collectively is called apara prakriti, described in sloka number 4. Apara prakriti has 8 components in it. The name comes in this, the next verse. It should be not in this verse. So next verse is verse number 5. Apareyam itastvanyam प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे पराम् जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत् अपरेयम् इतस्त्वन्याम् प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे पराम् जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत् अपरा yam means this means the previous sloka. 8 things were listed in the previous sloka number 4. Yam means these 8 things. Apara, this is called apara prakriti. Apara means empirical, visible, limited to this world. Para means, para prakriti means supreme reality. Apara vidya, like that, apara prakriti, para prakriti. Apara means limited to the domain of mind and sense organs. Para means beyond the mind and sense organ, real spiritual part. This is all the physical part, 8 things. Our bodies are made of these 8 things. Apara means, para means that is different, the spiritual part in us. Apara yam, these 8 things listed in the 4th sloka is called me aparam prakritim vidhi. That's me. Aparam is lower nature, physical nature. Everything has 2%. Para prakriti, apara prakriti. Kshetra, kshetrajna. Anyam, itah anyam, other than this 8 things listed in sloka number 4. Anyam prakritim me param vidhi. I have another prakriti called para prakriti. There are 2 parts. I manifest in every being in 2 ways. One has the physical part, which is called apara prakriti. One has the spiritual part, which is called para prakriti. So many different names. Apara prakriti means the physical part called kshetra in the 13th chapter. Para prakriti is the consciousness part or a spiritual part. It is called kshetrajna in the 13th chapter. That para prakriti is being described in the 5th sloka. Jiva bhutam. Jiva bhutam means prakritim mama atma bhutam vidhi me param prakritam jiva bhutam kshetrajna lakshanam. Consciousness, jiva bhutam is that gives life to the physical part. The physical part itself is inanimate, but something makes it animate, vivifies it, gives it life. That is the para prakriti in us. It is by itself, the body itself is only a agglomeration, assemblage of physical components, bones and muscles and fibers and tissues and nerves and all those things. These are all physical things. But the whole thing becomes a living thing because of the presence of para prakriti. Para prakriti alone is a jada. But what makes the jada a living being, conscious, autonomous being, is the presence of para prakriti. That's the power of God. God Himself as the animating power in us. Everything happens because of His presence in us. If He is not present in me, I can't even blink, I can't even move my hands. It becomes jada, simply like stone. It is His presence that vivifies, makes this autonomous function autonomously. His presence in the sun that produces all the heat and light. Otherwise it becomes only matter. His presence in the fire that enables the fire to produce heat. Like that. Tasya bhasa Sarvamidam vibhati. Very famous sentence in the Upanishad. Many Upanishads have that. Na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam nema vidyuto bhanti kuto yamagni tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. By his presence, he means the Paraprakriti is Kshetrajnam, the Paramatman himself present in us, in each body. That is the real essence of our personality. The rest of it is changing outer coverage, like the garment I am wearing. I am the person wearing the garment, so many layers are there. But these garments are coming and going, they change. They change their color, they get worn out, they get torn. Sometimes small repair can be made, but then they eventually can be discarded. But the wearer of the garment remains the same. Like that, Atman is the essence of our personality. Body, mind are the outermost changeable aspects of our personality. Both combined is that person, sitting human being. Everything like that. So, apareyam. Iyam listed in the previous sloka, apara. Itastvanyam, other than this, apara prakriti, 8 things listed before. Me param prakritim vidhi. May know my para prakriti, superior nature, which is jiva bhotam, the life-giving principle in everything. Yaya idam jagat dharyate. By that para prakriti, this whole universe is upheld, is functioning. Tasya bhasa saramidam vibhati. Now 6th sloka, 6 and 7 we can complete, then a new topic begins from 8 onwards. Etadhyonini bhutani sarvani aham kritsnasya jagatah prabhava pralayasthatha. Etadhyonini bhutani. These two things. Yonini means these two, paraprakriti, aparaprakriti. Sarvani bhutani iti pathar. All beings, sarvani bhutani, all the beings, human beings, animals, plants and everything, planets and earth and star, moons, everything, are made up of these two, paraprakriti, aparaprakriti combination. In some, the paraprakriti is well hidden behind the aparaprakriti. In some, it is very transparent. In human beings, it is very transparent. Presence of divine can be seen more clearly in human beings than in Jadavastus, though it is there. In some human beings, it is really visible. Great Mahatmas, they are so pure. They have realized their divine nature that even if you simply go near them, you feel the peace surrounding in their ambience. They don't have to say anything or do anything. They have brought out the Paraprakriti present within them, and they are experiencing and they are able to exude that peace and joy, that spirituality. They can radiate that one. Ignorant, wicked people, they are in, and them also same Paraprakriti is there, but it remains well hidden behind the body and the mind. Mind is opaque, impure, so cannot manifest divinity present within it. Same divinity is present in all. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. But in some it is visible to a greater extent. In many it remains completely hidden from view. It is there. They are not aware of it, they don't care for it. They don't believe in it. It does not depend. Presence of God is independent presence. It does not depend upon one's belief or acceptance. If I say God is not present in me, it does not mean He is absent. He is there. His presence is unchangeable fact, unalterable fact. My belief or disbelief does not affect His presence. If I say God is not in me, it does not go away from me. So His presence is unconditional, independent, regardless of our acceptance or belief or non-acceptance or disbelief, or experience or not. We may not experience His presence, but His presence is there. But everybody can experience that. Potential is there. Though the potential is there in everyone, only a few will try for that. Manushyanam sarasreshu kaschidjate siddhage. So the truth is, in everyone, same God is present to the same extent. To the same extent, not more, in some less in others. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Sarveshu bhuteshu, in all the beings, samam tishtantam parameshwaram. He is sitting to the same extent, not more in some, not less in others. But many people are not interested. They disregard His presence. They think body is the ultimate thing, mind is the ultimate thing, and their attention does not go beyond the body and the mind. So His presence is there, unnoticed. But in some, they make it their goal of life to know the divine presence within them. Then in their personality, clearly we can see the presence of God. We call them saintly people. We can see the presence of God in them because of their purity, their spirituality. They have experienced it. So those people are few in number. Majority people are only interested in the physical, mental, body, mind area. Happy with that. Manushyanam sarasreshu kasidhyate siddhaye. Etad yonini bhutani sarvani. Sarvani bhutani etad yonini. All beings are made up of these two things. Iti upadharaya. Thus you understand. Aham Krishnasya. Krishna means all. Krishnasya jagataha. Of all the universe. Prabhavaha. I am the source. Pralayaha. I am the destination in which everything dissolves. Everything comes from the divine. All the beings, we come from Him. Then we stay supported by Him. Then we go back to Him and recede and merge in Him. Like that. That's a very nice idea coming from the Upanishad, straight from the Upanishads. The Tiri Upanishad, there is a nice passage which says exactly this. Yato ava imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yet prayanti abhisammishanti tad brahma tad vijignyasasva. Rishi says to the student, Yataha, from whom or from which, imani sarvani bhutani jayante, all these things emanate, evolve. Yena, by whom, sarvani bhutani jivanti, we are supported, we live because of His presence, His power in us. Yat prayanti abhisammishanti. Then when we finish our world cycle, we go back and merge in Him. That is Brahman, that Brahma, that Vijignyasasva, that we have to know. It's not enough to know the body and the mind. It is important to know the source from where we came, of the power by which we are sustained, and our destination into which we go and merge when we finish this cycle of existence. That comes in the 18th chapter also, Shloka 46. We will not go into that now. Yatah pravrittir bhutanam yena sarvamidam tatam sakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manava. Yataha, from whom bhutanam pravrittihi, all the beings have evolved. Yena by whom idam sarvam tatam. This whole universe is pervaded, is pervading everything is there. It is there in inanimate objects also. In plants, in trees, in animals, in people, good people, bad people is present. And some his presence is more visible, and some it remains hidden from you, but he is present. Unconditionally, equally. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwara. So all things, sarvani bhutani, etad yonini, made up of prakriti paraprakriti. Yoni means cause or source. That's the source. Iti upadharaya, notice. Aham, that means Paramatman, Krishna se jagata, of the whole universe. Prabhavaha, I am the source from which everything comes. Whole universe comes from him. Pralaya, every whole universe thing merges in him. At the end. He remains unaffected. Like this. Seventh verse is very important, can be used for meditation. Mattah parataram nanyat, mattah parataram nanyat, kinchidasti dhananjaya,
kinchidasti dhananjaya,
mayi sarvamidam protam,
mayi sarvamidam protam,
sutre manigana iva,
sutre manigana iva,
mattah parataram nanyat,
mattah parataram nanyat,
kinchidasti dhananjaya,
kinchidasti dhananjaya,
mayi sarvamidam protam,
mayi sarvamidam protam,
sutre manigana iva.
sutre manigana iva.
Mattah parameshwarat parataram anyat karanantaram kinchin nasti na vidyate, Shankara says. That means, Mattah means Parameshwarat, Parataram. Other than Parameshwara, Anyat Karanantaram Kinchit na vidyate. There is no other source in the universe. He is the ultimate source from which everything, from whom everything comes. There is no source from whom he comes. So if you say God is ultimate, whose son is God, who is the father of God? If you ask him, he himself is the source of everything. There was no precedent before him. He is the Mahakarana, great source from everything comes. He himself has no source. He is the supreme reality. Supposing God's father is there, then who is his father? So we keep on regressing like this. So God is ultimate. Besides and beyond him, there is nothing which produces God. He is the ultimate source, Mahakarana, Jagat Karana. From him other things will come. Our things will merge in him. Other things are supported by him when they are existing. He is the source, he is the supporter, he is the destination. They come from him, we live because of his presence in us, we go back and merge in him. Mattah parataram anyat kinchit na asti dhananjaya. There is nothing beyond me, besides me, greater than me. Mayi means Parameshware. Idam jagat sarvam. Idam means this jagat. Sarvam protam. Everything is strung in me, just as beads are strung in a necklace. Sutre manigana. Sutra means a thread. One thread running through the whole necklace. So many different beads are there. They can be pearls, they can be some other beads made up of gold or some other precious stone. But all these various beads, bunnies, are all strung on the same sutra. So each one of us is a mani, one bead. The beads can be different in appearance. There can be a jade one, mani, made of, there can be one made of turquoise, there can be one made of gold, But the garland has all kinds of beads in it. It's a huge garland. All the beings are there as one mani in his garland. He is wearing that garland. And he is a sutra running through that. The sutra is common, same thread. Beads are different. The sutra in me is same sutra in you. Sutra is the running thread, holding us all together, supporting the manis. Without the sutra, there is no garland. Manis are scattered. So it is sutra that holds the manis together, making it into a garland. Maisaram idam protam. Idam is this jagat. Idam jagat protam. Sutre yatha manigana iva. Just as in a garland, various kinds of beads are strung together, held together by one common thread running through all of them. I am the sutra running through all the various beings in the whole universe, holding it together as one entity, as the garland. So each one of us is a mani. Some are nice colored, nice shaped, some are so. Some people though are not very good to look at, or they may not be good people. But they are also one mani in the bead, in his bead. There is place where everything is strung together, good and bad and pleasant and unpleasant for appearance. But inside them, what holds them together is a sutra, that is he. Sutre manigana iva. That's called Sutratma. In some books they call it Sutratma, means the Atman present within all the beings as the holding principle, Sutra, which holds us together. Then the topic changes. How he manifests in different things. In some things he manifests in one way, in other things his presence is felt in a different way. Like that, depending upon the outerwear or the hardware. Like electricity goes through many hardware equipment. In toaster it manifests in oneself, it makes toast. In a coffee maker it manifests in a different way, it makes coffee. Coffee maker cannot make toast. Same electricity, same circuit. In the ironing machine it manifests in a different way. And in the washing machine it washes dishes or clothes. The drying machine it dries clothes. In the computer it makes all the software function. Software is there, but electricity is needed to make the software work. If the plug is pulled, software is intact there, but it doesn't work. The power must be there. In our personality, you are like a computer. This is the hardware. Mind is the software. Both work because electricity is passing through them. God's power is there. If God's power is removed, plug is pulled, mind is there, impressions are there, mind means impressions, thoughts are there, body is there, but nothing works. The plug has to be connected. God's power must run through us all. Is the power behind us, in us all. So we'll stop there.